Good morning. Let's do some yin. Grab at least 2 blocks and a bolster, or stack a few pillows if you don't have a bolster. Some bed pillows or couch pillows, whatever you got. See you on the mat.
Okay, my friends, let's grab our bolster if you are into it. If not, just leave it off to the side, and we're going to find ourselves in child's pose. Go ahead and you can either put the knees together if the low back and hip is feeling a little off today, or the knees apart, whichever works best for you. And go ahead, as you exhale, you can stop and hang out on your forearms. I think this is the level of support I need today. If you'd like to go into the full extension of the pose and rest on your forehead, having your arms either off to the side or extended out long, and just shift your hips around for a minute just to make sure that they're in the right place and that you can take a few breaths there. And from here, unclench your jaw. No biting your tongue. Relax your cheeks and the space between your eyebrows. Relax your shoulders and the rest of your body as much as you can. Let that to-do list go. You made it to yoga. It's just going to go up from here. Option to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, or in through the nose, out through the mouth. Yogi's choice. And we generally hold our poses for 2 to 3 minutes. And just as a reminder, never go into the full extension of the pose right away. We want to allow gravity to sink us further the more we breathe and relax. And in spirit of Turkey Week, I invite you to repeat to yourself, there is always something in my life to be grateful for. There is always something in my life to be grateful for. Go ahead and repeat that mantra to yourself as many times as necessary. If it doesn't feel right for you today, just go ahead and repeat to yourself, I am safe, or simply today is going to be a great day. There is always something in my life to be grateful for. Scan your body, relax your muscles as much as you can. And just really follow your breath. Really pay attention to where it's going in your body. And let's take one more breath. And when you're feeling ready, nice and slowly pushing yourself back up with your hands. Just always make sure to move through yin transitions really slow. Scooch any props off to the side, and let's gently shift into a tabletop. Making sure all of our joints are stacked, knees in line with our hips, shoulders in line with our wrists, fingertips spread nice and wide. From here, just go ahead and extend one leg long, rocking on those toes. Get that circulation going in the right direction. Connecting with your breath. And release. And go ahead and extend that opposite leg long, rocking on them toes. And release. And from here, let's just add in a few cat-cows here. Go ahead, drop that belly, tailbone to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest here. Separate them shoulders, and also just move organically in this pose. Whichever way your body is feeling called to move, go ahead and listen to it. I like to curl my toes and shift my glutes back and do a rock. Just for reference, you can move any way you'd like. Once more. And release. And from here, let's add on to this with some hip circles really quick. Go ahead and shift those glutes back and over to the right first. And nice and slowly shift them over to the left and coming up to the top. And we're just doing a circle with our hips. There's going to be more weight on the hands than there is on the knees. And just move really nice and slow with your body. And then go ahead and reverse that circle, go in the opposite direction. Might feel a lot different for you. Just observe. One more time. And release. And from here, let's just shift our glutes to the earth and let's go in for a deer pose or a pigeon pose. If you choose to do a pigeon pose, option for a down dog to step up into the pigeon if you'd like. But from here, go ahead and pick whichever leg feels the best for you today. I'm going to select my left leg and just go ahead and bend that knee and make sure that it's parallel to the top of the mat. If it doesn't like to be parallel, just scooch that heel closer into your groin. And then the back knee or the back leg here, making sure the hip is in line with the knee, only if that feels right. If it doesn't, just scooch that knee closer to that foot, closer up to the foot. Or option for the back knee and ankle to be in a line. And option one, you can lean back on your hands, inhale that pelvis up just slightly. And you can hold your breath here if that feels right for you. Or if you'd like a little bit more, making sure that the pelvis feels all right. If you have to use your hands to lift up, go ahead and do so. Grabbing any prop that you'd like today. And just go ahead and exhale and fold over that leg. You're either going to fold over straight or off to the side, whichever feels best for you today. An option for any sort of prop to hang out on. I think I'm going to do blocks today. Yes, definitely a block day. Option to hang out on your forearms, or you can stack your hands and rest your forehead on them on the earth. And I invite you to repeat to yourself, there is always something in my life to feel grateful for. There is always something in my life to feel grateful for. And go ahead and put a great big smile on your face this morning and look for just one small little thing that brings you joy today. Mine is a coffee in a class for sure. Unclench your jaw. Relax your body as much as you can. And really breathe into this hip space here. Send that breath to all the tight, achy spaces. And all the spaces that feel really good, too. And just really notice your breath and where it's traveling in your body. Notice your belly expanding and rising as you inhale. Notice your breath travel from your belly, past your ribs, past your chest, and coming out the back of your throat. There was always something in my life to feel grateful for. Let's take one more breath. And when you're feeling ready, ever so gently pushing yourself back up, nice and slow. Moving any props out of the way, and then take your hands and guide that back leg forward. And we're just going to extend them long. And just give those legs a good shake. And before we go to the second side, let's add a wiper. Go ahead, bend your knees up towards the sky, placing your feet flat on the earth, or you can be up on your heels, leaning back on your hands. Great big inhale through the nose as those knees are up. Exhale, drop the knees to the right. Inhaling back up. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Whew. And just go ahead and flow this out on your own, moving fast or slow. Adjusting when needed. One more breath. And release. And from here, let's go to either deer or pigeon on the opposite side. If you're going to do a pigeon, option for a down dog to get there if you'd like. And we're just going to take that opposite leg, bend at the knee, make sure it's parallel with the top of the mat with a gentle flex in the foot. If it doesn't feel right to be parallel, just scooch that heel closer to your groin. Option for that back leg, for the knee or the hip to be in line with the knee. If that doesn't feel right, just scooch that knee closer to that front foot. And also option for the knee and the ankle to be in a line in the back. Make sure to lift and shift your pelvis as necessary, especially if you have some kind of pain going on. I know this side feels a little bit harder. Option 1, go ahead and lean back on your hands, inhaling that pelvis up slightly. Or option 2, go ahead and fold over that front leg, either in front or off to the side. option to rest on your forearms if you'd like, or to come to your stacked hands with your forehead resting on the earth. Just really find your sweet spot, especially if you're sore or it's the morning for you. This pose can feel really nice when we find that sweet spot. And from here, I invite you to list one thing that you're truly grateful for today, whatever it may be. And if you can't find anything to be grateful for today, be proud of yourself that you made it to yoga class, because that is absolutely something. Just look for the little things. Unclench your jaw. Following your breath, noticing how it's feeling in your body. Nope, that's not going to let me go. We inhale slow and exhale even slower. And let's take one more breath. And when you're feeling ready, nice and slowly pushing yourself back up, moving any props out of the way, and just guide that back leg forward. Just go ahead and extend those legs long and give them a really good shake. You can go ahead and point and flex your feet if you'd like, or roll your ankles. You can even roll your wrists. Just notice any sensations happening in your body. And from here, just as a transition, I want to just level up our shoulders here for a minute since we were leaning on them quite a bit. We're going to go in for thread the needle. I'm going to cue thread the needle in a child's pose, but if you prefer thread the needle in a cat-cow, go ahead and do so. And it's just going to be for transition. Go ahead and inhale that right arm up and exhale, thread it behind that left hand, resting the cheek or the ear to the earth. Option for the left hand to stay where it is or place it on your back. Just breathe deeply for a few. Once more. And release. And go ahead, slowly raise that right hand back to the sky for just a moment. And then rest it. And from here, go ahead and inhale that left arm up to where it's comfortable. And exhale, thread it behind that right hand. Option for your cheek or your ear on the earth. Option for your right hand to either stay extended where it is, or option to place it behind your back. Big, deep cleansing breaths here. One more. And release. Let's slowly lift that left arm back to the sky just for a moment. And release. And from here, let's add one more transition to love up them hips in this short 30 minutes we get. So let's go ahead and do a seated figure four, or like a seated pigeon. And just go ahead and select the legs that feel, whichever leg feels the best right now. You want those knees up towards the sky, feet flat on the earth. Go ahead and lean back on your hands, and whichever leg feels good, go ahead and extend it long really quick, a gentle flex in those toes, and place that foot on that opposite knee thigh area. The foot can be on the muscle, or it could be hanging off, however it feels right for you today. An option to either take your breaths while remaining still for a few, or go ahead and rock a little bit from side to side. Connecting with our breath. There is always something in my life to feel grateful for. There is always something in my life to feel grateful for. And release. And go ahead and just extend those legs long first and give them a shake before we go to the second side. Whenever you're feeling ready, go ahead and extend that opposite leg long, gentle flex in that foot, placing that foot on the opposite knee or thigh area. It can either be on the muscle or hanging off. Option to remain still to take your breath, or rock a little bit from side to side. Whew, there it is for me. I found it. Big, deep breaths. One more time. And release. And from here, before we go into our final Shavasana, if there's any last little minute pose calling your name, go ahead and do so for just a breath or two. And go ahead and release at any time you're ready. An option to either take Shavasana laying down on the floor, or option to take it seated. We're just going to take this next few minutes for our body to absorb everything it just did. There was always something in my life to feel grateful for. Gratitude is one of the most powerful vibrations in the universe, and by tuning into it and really feeling it, you put yourself in a position to make positive and impactful changes in your life. After reciting this mantra, make a list of a few things that you currently feel grateful for. This can include big things that happened to you during the day, or smaller things that simply brought a smile to your face. When you embrace gratitude and fill your life with it, your vibration increases. This makes you a powerful magnet for success. When you focus on all the beauty in life, life often returns the favor by showing you more beauty. This is a powerful mantra that is really good to use at any time or stage of your life. You can go ahead and wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. If you're laying down, go ahead and come up into a seated position to seal out our practice together. And from here, go ahead and inhale those arms up, taking all that good energy we just created. Exhale down, leave behind what you no longer need today. And again, inhaling arms up, fingertips to touch. And go ahead and roll your wrist on the way down. Last time, inhaling arms up, fingertips to touch. And go ahead and roll your wrist in the opposite direction on the way down. Excuse me. Placing our hands together in the prayer position in front of the heart space. Give gratitude to yourself first and to your practice. I'd like to thank you for sharing your time, your energy, and your practice with me. Let's take one last cleansing breath together. Big inhale through the nose. Loud, audible exhale, let it go. It's going to be a fabulous day today. May you be well, may you be safe, may you be at peace. Namaste.